save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well. Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah! Hoo! Yeah, you know where that came from?
Hoo-ah!
Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, I decided to watch with the daughter yesterday. Scent of a Woman in my Pacino double pack here. Scent of a Woman and Sea of Love. And I gotta tell you, Scent of a Woman is a killer movie. Al Pacino is There are greats out there, and I gotta tell you, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and I'm gonna throw out there Johnny Depp. Okay, and I'm gonna hit you with a shocker. Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, can these guys not do bad movies? I mean, as Leonardo DiCaprio was getting older, I'm noticing that his movies are becoming more Pacino and De Niro-ish. Okay, but I'll tell you right now, man, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, oh man, they have some great movies, and they make the best gangster movies. Okay, if you want to see a great gangster movie, I don't think there is a great gangster movie out there that does not incorporate Al Pacino and Robert De Niro somewhere in the great gangster movie. Okay, and I know that you're probably gonna leave me a list below. There's this one and there's that one and there's this one and there's that one, but I gotta tell you, I watched Scent of a Woman with the daughter yesterday. She was like, "Oh, what are we gonna watch, Dad?" I'm like, "I guess something that you haven't seen yet. Let's give it a shot." She's like, "I said, you ever hear of Scent of a Woman? Who's in it, Dad? Who's in it?" I'm like, "It's got Chris O'Donnell, the guy that played Robin from Batman. Was he in anything else that I would know him in, Dad? Besides Robin?" I'm like, "He was in what was that movie there? I said it yesterday too. School Ties. I think it's School Ties with picture Brendan Fraser. Yes, I think it's School Ties. Was he in anything else? I'm like, listen, I'm scrolling down the thing. I'm like, I don't think you would know him in Mad Love with Drew Barrymore. And listen, he's Robin. Okay, that's it. That's hey, Chris O'Donnell is Robin. Okay, that's it. And so we put this thing in, and it's a kind of a long movie. I got to tell you, 2 hours and 37 minutes. Wow, that was a long movie. It seemed long. Okay, and it was like, but I'll tell you, when you get to the end, chills. When Pacino gives his speech at the end for the Chris O'Donnell character, chills. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, just want to start off with that. Yeah, I watched the movie last night. I want to give a little quick little thing. If you have not seen Scent of a Woman, it's a must. But what I want to talk about today is a franchise that should be bigger than it is. Okay, and you're probably like, well, what could this be? What, sir? What could this be? I'm talking about the Leprechaun franchise. Listen, in the world of horror movies, we have the horror greats. We have Freddy Krueger. We have Jason Voorhees. We have Michael Myers. We have Leatherface. We have the Tall Man. Okay, we have Pinhead from Hellraiser. We have. Let me just give my little quick. We have Chucky. I'm sorry. I don't want to leave out Chucky for any of my big Chucky fans. But as I'm looking at, we got Ash from Army of Darkness or Ash from Evil Dead. What else are we looking at over there? No, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Okay, for iconic horror characters. And I also want to say for your old timers, yes, Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, all of those old classics over there. Where are they over there? Yep, the classic horror movies over there. Classic monsters. Yes, all of those are all classics. But the guy I don't feel like gets enough love is the Leprechaun. I mean, even Sam, who's a new character from Trick or Treat, he got action figures. He has posters. He has all kinds of stuff. Leprechaun is a great... Listen, my kids were raised on Leprechaun 1. I wasn't too big on having them watch Leprechaun. Now this is my Blu-ray digital pack here, which includes Leprechaun, Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun in Space, Leprechaun in the Hood Part 1, Leprechaun in the Hood Part 2, and Leprechaun Origins. And then, because this doesn't have it, I had to go out and buy Leprechaun Returns on the side. Now, Halloween that just passed, they had the special DVD packs, and I can't find it. It's in a pile over there. It's in a pile somewhere over there, and I gotta file it, of Leprechaun, and it had all of these in it, all in a DVD set. Why, you asked, would I degrade from Blu-ray to DVDs? Because I like that they had them all in one compartment. Also, I did buy them to give to, it was in one of my videos. I bought it to give to a gift to my daughter, who was a big Leprechaun fan and wanted to introduce Leprechaun to her family. But hey, listen, every year, now, listen, this, it seems like lately, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is making a killing. It's making a killing. Isn't that ironic? It's making a killing. If you go to Spirit Halloween at Halloween time, there is Killer Clowns from Outer Space stuff everywhere. I also own 2 life-size Killer Clowns. I believe I own Shorty and, wow, who's the other guy? Is it Stretch? What's the tall guy's name? I'm drawing a blank. It's okay. I can draw a blank on that. You guys can fill in the blanks in the comments below. But I bought the 2 that they had, and I think the next one is Fatso. I think Fatso is more than likely, Fatso is going to be the new one that's coming out this year at Trick or Treat Studios, because that would be like the main 3. Now, but for years I've been waiting for either a life-size Leprechaun figure or a 1/6 scale Leprechaun figure, or just a Leprechaun figure in general. And all they have is like custom made, people made them or whatever. And these movies are great horror movies. They're classic horror. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I would put I have a row of just classic, my personal classic all-time horror movies. And my row, in my row, as I look over here, is Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Returning of the Living Dead, all the Halloweens, all of the Friday the 13th, all of the Nightmare on Elm Streets, all of the Devil's Rejects and Devil / House of a Thousand Corpses / yeah, you might not think that has anything to do with anything, but personally, those are kind of one of my favorites. Well, 3 of my favorites. 3 from Hell. Okay, Chucky's, Child's Plays. And then I got a bunch of Rob Zombie 31s and stuff like that. That's another one of my guilty pleasures there. Screams, Phantasm, Hellraiser, Amityville Horrors, and all of the Evil Deads. And Leprechaun goes in between all of them. They're just great, great movies. Why don't these get any like extraordinary love? Am I the only one that loves the Leprechaun franchise? Am I the only one out there that isn't wishing for a life-size Leprechaun to be in his house? Am I the only one that's not wishing for a 1/6 scale Leprechaun figure to put in my glass case? I love the Leprechaun. I think Warwick Davis, on top of being awesome Willow and 101 other characters that you probably don't even know that he was, he's just awesome as the Leprechaun. And this is the only way that you could get this back in the day. But as I'm going through Walmart I want to say it was about a month or 2 ago, maybe a month or 2 ago, I saw this. Now, I had other packages that came in the mail today, but this is the one I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on the Leprechaun franchise, and this came from Dak Bennett from Wichita, Kansas. And by the weight of it, I'm feeling that this is going to be the one. Okay, I mean, there'll be other videos for these other things that came in because I want to talk about them separately. But yeah, this has got to be it because this is a steelbook, and this was a Walmart exclusive steelbook of the Leprechaun collection on Blu-ray. Now, you're probably saying, sir, you just done double dipped. You double dipped because you got all the Leprechauns right there. You got Leprechaun 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And in here we have the Leprechauns volumes 1 through 8 Leprechaun collection. Reasoning why I bought this if I already own this. Well, you get all 8 in one little case here. And takes up less space on the wall, if you think about it. So I'm thinking about taking these and filing them in my never gonna sell them, but they're part of the collection, and taking this steelbook and actually putting it in the spot. Now, there's a couple options there because I'm not a big steelbook guy, and once you open the steelbooks, I don't like the deal with the steelbooks. Now, think about this. I slide this in and out of my case, slide it in and out of my case. Eventually, it's going to get scuffed, scratched, or whatever. On top of that, the discs, I've seen unboxing this thing, the discs are stacked. Not really a big fan of that, so I may just keep these on the shelf, and I might just file this away. But the fact that this thing was out there, and I really enjoyed the cover art, and I enjoyed the back, and I enjoyed the fact that it had all of the Leprechauns in the franchise available in one set. Plus, here's the bonus. Here's the kicker. Here it is. This is the ending. This is the best part. Okay. I believe Walmart is getting $40 for this. I want to say it's like $40 or $44 for this thing. And I ended up getting this off eBay for $22 and change. Now, literally, I was standing right there at Walmart. This was couple weeks ago. It took a little while for this to come in. A couple weeks ago, and I was holding it in my hand. They had one copy left at my local Walmart, and I hold it in my hand. I'm looking at it. I'm showing my wife. I'm like, tempted. Okay, I'm tempted because they're all right there, all in one thing. Plus, it's a steelbook with some cool cover art. I love the Leprechaun, one of my favorite franchises. Should I buy it? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, it's $40 though. That's a lot of money for something that I know I already have. Like, quadruple. You know what I mean? Like, because the deal is I own the Leprechaun DVD box set. That was the first thing I ever got besides the Leprechaun single movies on VHS. So I went from the VHS to the DVD box set, which I watched with my kids, and the kids watched them so many times as kids. And then I upgraded to the Blu-ray box sets, okay? And there is no 4K box set available. And then I saw this, so I'm like quadruple dipping, I think. It's not double dipping anymore because I got four different versions of all of this crap. But I told the wife, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like this is one of those things where if I don't pick it up, I'm going to end up kicking myself about it later on down the road. I think I'm going to be like, I should have picked up that Leprechaun box set. I mean, I'm not a big steelbook collector. And I got to tell you, this is not the best steelbook cover I've ever seen in my life. But the fact that it has all 8 movies, the entire collection in here, I think that's cool. Because if something ever happens to any of these, I got a fallback. I love it. Listen, I am so beyond physical media collecting that I worry about having fallbacks. Like, I got like 3-4 copies of Can't Buy Me Love, like 3 copies of the Paper Brigade over there. I mean, I got multiple copies of movies in my head just in case. What if I'm putting one in the Blu-ray player one time and I drop it and I scratch it, and that's the end of that? What if I don't know, what if 101 things could happen. Okay, 101 things could possibly happen to it. I want to make sure I have fallbacks. So in the case of like movies I absolutely love, like Friday the 13th, I can't even tell you how many Friday the 13th I own. I can't even tell you how many Nightmare on Elm Streets or Texas Chainsaw Massacres. Actually, I did a video on all my Texas Chainsaw Massacres, but not my Friday the 13th or Halloween's or any of that kind of stuff. But listen, it all started with the VHS. And what I did is I ended up selling my VHS collection, most of it, to FYE. They did a buyback program, and as I was selling them all back to them to upgrade to DVD. It went from the VHS, and I got rid of most of my VHS, upgraded to DVD. I kept all my DVD because I learned my lesson, because I'm kicking myself about selling my VHSs. I wish I wouldn't have sold my VHSs, because I was literally getting, I think, maybe $5-7 a piece for them. And now if you get them graded or whatever, they're in the hundreds. And all of my VHS tapes were as well taken care of as my collection that I have now. The cellophane or the wrapper was still on the covers. I would cut them on the bottom so that way they still had the covers on them. They were all in plastic cases. They were all rewound. They were all taken care of. They were all stored in climate controlled areas. I took care of my collection. And now that I'm seeing that people are getting these things graded and getting tons of money for them, I feel a little stupid. You know what I mean? I bought not too long ago a graded copy of Rocky Horror Picture Show on VHS. I just wanted to have one. I wanted to have one graded copy, and I figured one of my favorite movies is Rocky Horror Picture Show. So I got a graded copy, a Beckett graded copy of that VHS, and that's the only one I'm going to buy. I'm satisfied with that. Well, I shouldn't say that, because if something else pops up that's like mind blowing, you know what I mean, like a Lost Boys or a let me think of what would blow my mind enough for me to drop a nice big mint on a VHS tape. I don't know. Lost Boys popped in my head. That's probably one of the main ones. I should have hung on to them. I probably should have sent them out and get them graded. I probably would have made a ton. I had a lot of stuff that was still sealed, and I was doing like what I'm doing now. I always had, if I loved the movie that much, I had a double of it. And if I bought the double of it, the double was still sealed. So when I sold them all back to FYE, they didn't care if it was sealed or not sealed. You still get the same amount of money back. But I got store credit, and I was able to upgrade my VHSs to Blu-rays, to DVDs. And then once the Blu-rays came out, I just started buying the Blu-rays, and I was like, I'm not selling my DVDs. I'm not going to sell them. I'm just going to start crating them up, boxing them up, and putting them away. And the way I see it is I got to have like maybe 10 DVD players in my basement that just in case, let's say there's an apocalypse and we lose all our power and all I can do is generate movies on my TV and it's coming from a DVD player that I got in my basement. Then I got to resort to my DVDs. And you know what? I think at that point in your life, if we have some kind of apocalypse of some sort and there's zombies and I'm locked in the basement and I'm able to just watch anything, I don't think anybody's gonna care what format you're watching on at that point. I think at that point, if you're able to watch anything, you're probably gonna be pretty damn happy. I don't know, I watch Walking Dead a lot, and whatever those people found, they were pretty happy. They found dog food, they ate the dog food, you know. So pretty much, if I found a VHS player in my basement and all I had was VHSs, that's what I would watch, and I'd be happy to watch the VHSs. But people, listen. If you love the Leprechaun franchise, comment below. I love it. It's a great cheesy flick. I mean, it's up there with like Critters. Okay, Critters is another one, very underrated. Critters very underrated. Great horror comedy. Okay, harmony. They're comedies. That's what they are. These aren't scary. These are funny. I mean, my kids thought they were scary when they were little. I always thought they were hilarious. And the fact you get them all on here is just great. The only one that I ever regret that they ever made was Leprechaun Origins. I thought that sucked. Okay, I gotta tell you, out of all of the Leprechaun movies, that one was the weakest. Warwick Davis wasn't even in that one, I don't believe. And I mean, I know he wasn't in the last one either. I know he wasn't in this one either. But the guy that played the Leprechaun in the last one was actually pretty good. He was pretty funny. So I could overlook the fact that it wasn't the OG. Okay, but Origins was kind of like. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. There wasn't enough. They didn't give me enough Leprechaun. Okay, and the Leprechaun that you saw was not the Leprechaun that you remember like from the franchise. So they could have left that one out of this set, and I would have been still fine. I would have been okay with it because I don't really consider Origins as a real Leprechaun movie. I consider it as a like a really low budget direct to Blu-ray. Hello Walmart, come buy me copy of something. But with that said, my friends, yeah. If you don't have Leprechaun in your collection and you are a physical media collector, it's time for you to pull the trigger. You get yourself at least Leprechaun 1. The things are cheap enough. You can get them for like $5, $4 or whatever just for Leprechaun 1. These things right here, I think are going for like $10 on eBay. This thing, like I said, $22 I paid, but the going rate is between 22 and like 40, and even some of the wacko flippers that I swear that I think they put them on there just and they pray. They're like, hey, there's got to be some idiot out there. There's got to be some fool out there that will literally spend like $80, $200, $300. There was a movie yesterday I was looking at, a movie called If with Malcolm McDowell, and I own it on a DVD, but I wanted to upgrade it to Blu-ray. So I see it, and it's $299. Maybe you you can't fact check me because by the time I edit this thing, it will probably already be sold or gone. It might probably still be there because if this guy gets $299 for this thing, then I'll be very surprised. But the deal is he puts it on there for $299, not even sealed, in good condition, and you got like 50 of them in very good condition to sealed to brand new, going between $17 and like $30. But you know what? There's a sucker born there's somebody. I'm not even gonna say a sucker. That's the sad thing, is that the flip is they don't prey on so much. Maybe they prey on the suckers, but I think they prey on a lot of like older people. I have that feeling that they preying on like people that are like, hey, I loved that movie when I was a kid, and like, I guess this is the only copy because they don't know how to search, they don't know how to look for things or whatever. Or maybe, somebody that might be a collector might go on there and be like, oh, how come this was $299? Oh, and then you ask the seller, and he's like, oh, this is the special, I don't know, edition that has the whatever. And it's not. It's the same exact thing as what you're gonna get for $17. It's just he's ripping you off. So these are still available at your Walmart. I mean, I know we're reaching different holidays. I know Halloween's long gone, Christmas is gone, and New Year's is gone, Valentine's Day on the way, or whatever. or might have passed. I don't know. By the time I edit this, it might have either be here or already passed. I don't even know what's going on. I know it's in February. Yeah, these things are still available. If you want to spend $40, that's where you can get them. If you want to spend 20 something and change, go to eBay and buy them off of a trusted seller. And this looks like this is a trusted seller. I got to tell you, I don't see any dings or whatever, but I'm not. I don't know. Do I want to open it? Do I want to display it? I'm gonna box it up. I'm boxing up, my friends. And with that said, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you, and I will see you later.
You should have saved me some.